Super Divorce YouTube channel. Nicholas Villars here, aka Super Divorce, and tonight, with some potato gaming, the regular show video game on the Nintendo 3DS, Mordecai and Rigby in 8-bit land. I bought this when I was working at Buybacks. What year would this have been? That was, when was that? That looked like 2015. 2015. So, ooh. I haven't played my 3DS in a long time. But, here it is. You're not watching this shit, huh? Well, then leave. You know what? Just leave if you're going to have a bad attitude about it. Then just go. Just go if that's how you're going to be. Because no one else is going to stand for that. Certainly not me. I'm certainly not going to be standing for this negativity. Or we can just read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Or we can just read selected scenes from The Pumpkin Spice Cafe from Lori Gilmore. What's it going to be? Is it going to be regular show or pumpkin spice? Howdy, Nick. Currently going through a big storm here in Georgia. Are ya? We had a big storm last night. Well, no, we didn't. I'm lying. We had a big power outage is what I meant, not a storm. Power outage often coincides with a storm, but that's not what happened. Hopefully you don't have a full-blown power outage, because that's not fun. No one likes that, except Craven. He probably loves it when the power goes out. Just to be mean. He just likes it. He likes the idea of people being without power. He likes to have the power. All the power must belong to him. How am I going to position this? It's a funky setup that I've got going on here to stream with my 3DS. It's a funky, strange setup. How do I even do this? I need more books. I'm going to need more it's not even softcore. I need more smut to hold my camera up. Maybe these would work. It doesn't have to be smut. It could be Atari 7800 cartridges probably. I could probably use a few of these to maybe get this where I need it to be. That looks pretty good. I think that'll, well, will it? Now it's not up high enough. Now I'm going to have to use more cartridges for the bottom to kind of get this little rig set up here. There, let's try that out. Let's try that. I'm going to have to turn that gosh darn light off. Too much of a glare happening. A chocolatey glare. There. Now that... And I think I'll have to turn the 3D off. Sadly, because if I leave it on, then it's not gonna do a good job on YouTube. It's not gonna look right. Try and get it fixed up here. And let me see. I guess the sound's up all the way. It's a little light. A little light on sound, I think. What's this horse shit? It's potato gaming. Just like we said. Just like I talked about over the weekend. Whenever I nailed it down that I was going to do potato gaming on Thursday. It's the regular show video game. Okay? Let's try. Cartoon Network Interactive. Way forward. I just played something by them recently. Hello. Craven hates me. Why do you hate me? What did I do wrong? Because I'm playing a regular show game? Do you hate the regular show? I don't think it's that bad. Oh, hold on. We got to do a new game. New game file. Oh, here, let me zoom out some because we got dialogue on the bottom. Regular show is pretty tight. See, Good Brother knows what's up. Ghoulies never watched it. You should. It's a fun show. It's a fun little program. It's got to be cake in the box. Is it? Only one way to find out. What's in the box? Is it going to be cake? Whoa, a new video game. Look how awesome the box art is, dude. Dude, let's play it. I'll be player 1, you be player 2. No, dude, I'm player 1 and you're just watching. It's only a 1-player game. Oh, what? Rock, paper, scissors for who gets to play first. All right, you're going to burb. We'll burb too. Don't worry. You can play after I lose a life, which probably won't happen until after I beat the game a few times and get completely bored with it. Just play the game. All right. Let's just play it. Click. Dude, what did you do? I don't know. I just turned it on. I think we're going to get sucked inside the game here. Ah, there you go. Classic. Here we are. First level. Here we go. Get that set up there. A good spot. Okay, so B to jump. Hold, and then you gotta do that to hop. Collect the dollars, huh? And what do we got here? Just you gotta jump on the enemies, huh? There you go. Get some dollars back. Whoop, blip. Okay, dollar doesn't disappear immediately. That's nice. What did we get there? We got looks like a VHS tape, 1 of 3 on the level. See on the bottom they show you here. We have 3 VHS tapes to collect. We've got $18 in money. Oh, we got a double jump too. There we go. Always like a double jump. That dude takes a couple hits. Get some more money. I'm guessing there's going to be a shop or something we can use the money at. There's an extra life. Got a checkpoint. And now we've got a mullet. Oh, we can change too. We can change characters. Oh, cool. All right. Nice. Ghoulie has finished his burb. And now he's back. And now we've got 2 of the VHS tapes. I like the blaster. That's fun. Oh. It's not super powerful, though. Oh, no! That's a little slippery. Sorry. Gosh darn it. Oh, I gotta... Here. There we go. Got that back. Okay. Oh, okay. We got... Ghoulie had to tell his darling mother he's going to bed. Well, that's nice of you. Nice to do. Nice to tell old Mum that you're hitting the hay. Okay, now I gotta be careful. Like I said, it's a little slippery. Controls are a little slickery here. There's the final VHS tape of this level. Don't want to miss those. Whoop. There we go. If you try to move him around too much when he's falling, you can really screw yourself up. Cool. Stage clear. Oh, Ghoulies' mommy says that he's a very handsome and special young boy, so no one make fun of him. He's a good person. My mom said. But my mom said. Okay. Now what's this? What am I looking at? Oh, chance game rules. Press left or right on the control pad to choose where to place a token. You need $50 or 5 play coins to place a token. Only 3 tokens can be placed on the board. No, I don't want to do that. I guess I'll do this. So what I got to do here, okay? I choose my currency. I chose my currency. I already did that. I don't know if I want to put any more on that. Let's put... It's like a game of chance. I'll put it right there. Good luck. Where's it gonna go? Nobody knows. Let's see. Will it work out? Oh, look at that! I got an extra life. I'll take it. All right. Nice. I like that. On to the next world. World 1-2. We got 3 cassettes to try and get here. Here we are. What's up, Sona? I think Sona was here when we were talking about this game the other night. Or maybe I mentioned it very quickly. That I had a regular show game. Actually wasn't my first choice to play tonight. I was going to play something different, but I couldn't find my Mod Retro handheld. I was going to play something on that, and it's disappeared. So we're doing this instead. Which is nice to fire up the 3DS for the first time in ages and ages. It's been a long time. There we are. Trying to keep this position just so. It's tough because there's a tendency to want to move the handheld around when you're just playing. What? I couldn't jump on him? But I'd done it before. People saw me do it. What happened that time? That's weird, man. That's really strange. Okay, but whatever. That's just weird. What's everybody up to tonight? Anything funsies? Anything cool back in the news? If your life were being featured on the Jay Leno Tonight Show, what would he be saying is back in the news? Okay, I'll just jump over. There we go. Okay. Just bad weather for Ghoulie. Trying to survive another round of storms. So that's what he'd be talking about for Ghoulie.
Severe storms back in the news, Kev. You hear about this? You heard about this? You ever heard of severe storms, Kev? It's like a thunderstorm, but it's very severe.
There we go. Okay, I'll try not to rage. We'll try and be chill here. I don't think I'm going to rage too much. This is pretty low stakes, you know. I mean, even if I lose, I'll just be like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. I don't anticipate much raging. There we go. See? It's not quite a chill stream, but the game itself, I feel, is fairly chill. Good Brother said drinking malt liquor and smoking wraps. Malt liquor back in the news. malt liquor and smoking wraps. What if you were smoking like a sandwich wrap? Think anyone does that? Like, is a panini considered a wrap? Or is that just considered like a sandwich? What's the official designation? What would you guys say? Is a panini a wrap? Can be classified as a wrap? Ghoulies smoking that O2 gas, not grass. Yes. A most wonderful thing to smoke. Very refreshing. Yep. I got him that time. I bonked on his head there. And it didn't penalize me. I'll keep taking these dollars. You're smoking a delicious chicken bacon ranch wrap. Well, smoke it up. Smoke it and toke it, big dog. Oh, I think I see what I got to do. Oh, as long as I can change midair. They want me to get tricky. Gotta do that. Okay, it's the Y button. No, maybe I can just jump over there without the need to change. There we go. Okay. I was making it more complicated than it needed to be. Imagine a human doing that. You know what I'm saying? Making life harder than it has to be. That's like a Confucius quote. Oh, I think he said, life is really very simple, but humans insist on making it harder than it needs to be. Something to that effect. And he sounded just like that, did Confucius. Now, what did I get? I got 3 out of 3. So that's good. Yay!
Hooray! Stage clear!
Sona had a crazy chihuahua named Rigby some years ago. Oh. My aunt had a crazy chihuahua called Killer. And he was very mean. It wasn't just a cute name. I mean, people laugh at chihuahuas, but he really was nasty. He was a nasty dog. I was afraid of him as a little kid. Did not like him at all. One time, hey, let's use, why don't we just go ahead and use everything? And we'll just place one here and here, and how about here? But I was at my great-grandmother's house, and my aunt was there with her dog Killer, and he was, oh, look at that, I wasted 2. What a bunch of crap. So I sat down on the couch, and Killer was under the blanket, and I didn't know it. And he went insane. Like, he tried to murder me. It was really frightening. Making all sorts of nasty noises and growls and snarls and biting through the blanket. It was disgusting. They should have put him down after that. Where are we going now? World. Ghoulie was having haunted house dreams last night. Jess had bad dreams last night. Everybody's having bad dreams all over the place. Oh. I gotta, damn it. You know what I keep doing? This is distracting. I keep looking at my phone, trying to play, like on the phone screen. And it's like, I can't do that because there's a lag. It's not instant. There's like there's a bit of a delay. I gotta stop doing that. It's distracting. That's a bad thing about potato gaming. Maybe I can, oh, no, I gotta get up there. Probably a VHS tape. No, that's just an old-fashioned 1-up, guys. No collectible there, just a 1-up. There we go. Ugh. Just right up here. Here we go. We're going to have a nice VHS tape to add to our collection there. Classic down and A, or B, sorry. Down and B to drop through. Oh. Got him. I haven't gotten a mullet power-up since like the very first level. That seems weird. You know, in most games, you'll find at least one power-up per level. There it is. There's the mullet. Let's go get that. Get our power mullet, and then we can... Now I can blast this guy up. There we go. Look at that. Oh, okay. Whoop. Okay, that looks friendly. Oh, no, he's not, actually. I thought he was like a platform we could ride on, but he's not. That's just another bad guy. What's going on in the chat here? I think Jess was talking about her dream. Jess dreamed that she was trying to buy a house and it was haunted, but Warrior, our dog, was stuck inside. So in an effort to rescue him, she got trapped in the house of horrors and kept finding other dogs instead. She sacrificed herself for the Totino boy. For Pizza Totino Boy Warrior. Oh, damn it. Really? See, that's how slippery it is. I just slipped right into him. There was no reason for that to happen. It was like I'm on ice sometimes. Gosh darn it. Yep. Yep. What do I have here? 2 of 3. Okay, I got one more tape to find on this level. Sometimes I don't give a shit about collectibles, but I think in this game, I'll try and find all the tapes as long as I'm playing. Because they don't seem to be impossibly hidden. So I feel like I should be able to keep up with it. And that guy... There, finally got him. Oh, no. Jeez, so slippery. All right, another power up. Good, 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 good. I'll take that. Now, I probably need to get up there. Maybe if I go like this. There we go. There's the last tape. There we have it. Tape number 3 for level 1. Did they put these, oh no. Up. Trying to remember if they put this show out on DVD. I don't have it, but I probably should. I should pick it up if it's on digital video disc. Be a good one to have. I haven't watched it for a long time. Probably like since, you know, it was getting really big. No, I guess we'll do it. It's on Laserdisc. I was just looking at Laserdiscs the other day at Game Swap out in Kettering, Ohio. Well, I was assuming not really, but here we go. Maybe I'll put, like, at the end of, let me see, maybe, like, after 10 episodes, there we go, that's good. I don't know what the cassette player does, but I got a cassette player and a 1-up. But maybe after 10 episodes of the Super Duper Divorce reviews, I'll put them on Laserdisc and do a special Laserdisc release. There's got to be somewhere you can go for Laserdisc manufacturing. You can get everything else made today, so why not Laserdisc? Has to be available. Nope. All right, look at the right screen here. Big dog. Sometimes you got to big dog yourself. Don't make a Super Divorce Super Christmas special like Star Wars. Actually, that's a great idea. I wanted to do a Christmas special this year, and then, nope, hold on, you got it. There we go, that's what I was trying to do. So yeah, we'll absolutely, certainly do a Christmas special, just like the Star Wars one. I'll try and make it as close to that as possible, because I think that's what people need. I think that's what people want in their lives. They want more Star Wars Christmas special, less Disney Star Wars. And I'm going to give it to them. Let me just get my power-up mullet. Please give you a cameo. Oh, yeah, I can do that. You have a cameo. I'll use your current, whatever your current profile pic if you want, or you can request something different. Jess is switching over to lurking mode. All right, that's fine. Have fun getting your work done. It wouldn't be the first Ghoulie cameo, you might recall. Ghoulie is featured in the Lost video. Oh, gosh, darn it. There we go. Thanks for that. Quick buck there, pal. Thanks. There we go. Well, I like it. I like your profile pic. I don't know what it is either, but we can use it. That can be Ghoulie. That's fine with me. I wish you could hold up and blast upwards with the blaster here, but you can't do it. What do you guys think so far of this game? Do you think it looks pleasant? Is it coming across pleasant on the potato stream? Seem nice? Do you like the soundtrack? How about the gameplay? Do you think it looks fun? Yeah, it's pretty easy. No denying that. It's totally pretty easy. But we're fairly early on in the game, so, you know, it might ramp up in intensity. You never know. Not Sona's type of games, but it's cool. Okay. That's fine. Fair enough. Hopefully it's not a bummer to watch. I don't want to bum people out. I hate to be a bummer. Some people like that, not me. I'm not here to be a bummer. I'm here to help you have a good time. I'm here to do the job of, you know, the Quaaludes you can't get a hold of. You couldn't find any Quaaludes, so you came over to the Super Divorce live stream. That's what I'm here for. Well, thanks, Ghoulie. That's nice of you to say. Jess is saying maybe this game will help Sona fall asleep. Well, you know, maybe so. Like I said, I'm not going to be getting too intense about it, one way or the other. So far, it's been pretty easy going, so it's not really a rage inducer. I don't think we're in danger of that. Every now and again, that's nice. Just to do a nice little low stakes game. Well, that's nice of you to say, Sona. Hey, look. In this age of entitled creators, I like to be someone who lets the people know that they're appreciated. I'm not a rock star about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, yeah, you're here to hang out, obviously. You like this channel somewhat, or you wouldn't be here. But I see it as my job to make sure that I'm checking in from time to time, and to make sure that the majority of the people who I care about, the people who are actually, some literally paying customers now. So in a way, this is it's not just me getting on here and playing video games. There's a customer service component of this, and I don't mind that. I'm thankful to do it. I'm glad to do it. Happy to do it. And I can get instant feedback from you guys. Some people act like feedback is horrible. And I'm like, back in the olden days, companies used to have to go out and pay good money. They'd pay big bucks to get customer feedback. They'd pay to put together focus groups and stuff like that. I don't have to do that. I just talk to my damn chat. And why would you be hostile when people are giving you feedback? Even when people are talking shit like Carrot, I still value that. Because you know what? Carrot could be at another channel talking shit to them, and he's not. He's right here. Or at least he was. He is momentarily, oftentimes. Oh, let's go up there. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, nope. There we go. Ghoulies time is favorite because of the streams and a fun community to interact with, plus his wrench o' fury. Well, there you go. I have a battalion of fine wrenches here. Uh-oh. Well, now see, this is a little tricky. Okay, if I could just, there we go. I still don't know what that does. Got all my tapes. I got 3 of the cassette players. Got a dollar bill. All right. Hooray. We've done it. What were we saying? Is he, though? Is Carrot here? He was for a second. But he might have fucked off. That's all right. Okay, let's do another one of these deals here. Let's, yeah. What else are you going to do with this money, You gotta use it up. Let's just go with the first 3 and see what happens. Garbage. I mean, I'll take the 1 up. That's something at least. Concept art is now available in the options menu. Oh. Oh, I just saw that. Sona said she's got tons of furniture being delivered tomorrow. A Sona sofa? Asked Good Brother. Concept art is fun. I'll have to look at that when I go back to the main menu. Oh, we got our first boss fight coming up. A Sonfa. Ha ha. Hee hee. A Sonfa. Oh, it's this guy. This guy was... Oh, geez. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. That was pretty intense out of nowhere, right off the bat. Okay, well. Oh, geez. Oh, wow. Okay, well... what, I guess I have to jump on him? Is that what I gotta do? Well... I don't know. Can I stay right here? Oh. Well, maybe I could have, but I would have had to... All right, let me see if I can just bounce it out here. Maybe I can ride with him. There we go. Just ride it out. Just do that right there. Now he's starting to get pissed off. What? Oh, man. I thought I was protected right there. Son of a gun. Well, hell. Well, I could at least do it like a couple times, right? Not when he turns red. Then I'm going to have to hop down. So maybe get a... Oh! Gosh, dang it. Whoop! What the fuck? What? How'd he get me? I didn't get hit by anything. Well, son of a gun. This is silly. Well, I didn't think I died just from touching him, seeing as I'm bouncing on his head. I thought I just died from getting hit by his fireballs, you know? Because look at me go. I'm touching you, nothing's happening. But I guess I can't touch his eyes or his... Shit. Damn it. Sorry, I was trying to read. I was trying to get caught up here. I can't. I'm going to have to... I'm losing like all my lives. Oh my God. Just hitting him on the side, just barely. Okay, I gotta zero in here. I gotta lock in before I lose all my lives and blow it. Oh, again. My gosh. Bounce, 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 bounce. There we go. Here we go. Okay. And then I guess, again, I'm trying to prepare here. When he turns red, I need to drop down underneath of him. There we go. Okay. What the fuck? What? What? So I can't run under him when that happens, which is I thought, or maybe I need to switch to. Okay, I'll try that. I'll try that next time. We'll stay right up here. We'll just stay like this. We'll stay just like this. Here we go. And see if we can run under him when we drop down next time. Okay, there we go. There. Okay, now we can... Okay. All right. I see. I'll stay right here. Just do the old boink. Got it again. Nicely done. Okay, got him. Now run down here. Oh my gosh. Well, see, I mistimed it. I thought they were going to go all the way to the left and all the way back to the right. And that's not what they did. So tomorrow, Sona is getting 7 pieces of IKEA furniture, some lamps, a couch, ottoman, side table, bookshelves, and some organizing stuff. Ghoulie loves IKEA. We like IKEA a lot here. I enjoy going to IKEA and walking around and browsing. I think it has a nice atmosphere. I like it there. Their truckload is getting there at 8 a.m. That's kind of a pain in the ass. I don't like it when you get super early deliveries from places. That's always kind of stupid. You know, it's never when you want. Like, you never get the early drop-off for things usually, unless it's Amazon, because they're insane. But if you've got something coming and it's like, you know, from UPS or FedEx or what's the other one? Who are those other guys? DHL. It's always like, you know, you're the last stop. Or it gets pushed to the next day, even. That can happen. You can't see my reflection when the screen goes dark. It's a perk. It's an Easter egg. Yeah, Obi-Wan, what's up? Yeah, we usually do get a meal when we go. Usually the Swedish meatballs. And they've got this... They got a particular kind of soft drink beverage there. And I can't remember what it is. But I always get the same thing. It's red. It's like a red kind of berry flavor. It's not lingonberry. But it's good. It tastes very clean and crisp. And I wish I could remember what it is. But I can't. But the lingonberry jam is good. I did a lingonberry jam review on this channel. Way back in the day. Probably like 2018. I think. Maybe 2018, could have been 2017 even. But I have a lingonberry jam on toast review that you could go back and find if you really wanted to. No, not I don't know what boysenberry tastes like. I've never had, maybe I've had boysenberry. If I have, I can't tell you what it tastes like. I don't remember. I know nothing about boysenberry. If I had to guess, I'd say it's a dark berry. It's a dark... It sounds like it would be kind of like in the blackberry family. Boysenberry, blackberry, boysenberry, blackberry. You could think of a guy like putting them together. Well, I took a little boysenberry and a little blackberry and I mixed them together because I thought they would go real nice in the same kind of jam. But I've never done that, and I can't confirm that that would actually be good. Maybe it would be. Sona's never eaten at IKEA. I feel like being there is just too overwhelming. I don't even think about it. You know what? Don't get overwhelmed. Maybe go in with the intent to do nothing but eat in the cafeteria. And don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about anything else when you go next time. Just go there to have a meal. And you might find that putting a little food in your tummy actually calms you down. And then spontaneously, you might feel like looking around a little bit. Do I secretly work for IKEA? And I'm secretly trying to get you to go there? Am I secretly trying to influence you to just go and have a meal? Don't even worry about looking around, but maybe you'll feel like looking around. And hey, no pressure to buy anything, but maybe you'll feel like buying something after you get a little something to eat. Maybe I need to reach out to IKEA about a sponsorship. You just maybe once a stream, just kind of pepper it in casually. So it seems very natural. No one has to know. No one has to know that I'm a secret IKEA agent. I think I could do it. IKEA is an experience. Too crowded at your IKEA. What if you go closer to closing time? Because it always clears out. If you go like an hour before closing time, then I think you'll have a different, a little bit different experience when you walk through. That's what I prefer to do. I'd prefer to go there when it's not super crowded, because that can be annoying. You're trying to look at stuff. You walk into one of the little fake apartments and just want to act for a minute like it's your own, but you can't do it because there are like kids running through and other people, and people come through with carts, and then like the little fake apartment gets crowded with people, and it's like, God damn it. And then that can be unnerving, because then that can like build a little rage. That happens at the grocery store too. It's like no one. I hate this worse than anything. No one for aisles and aisles. You're looking around and there are like tumbleweeds passing by. You hear a loon off in the distance, and then you're like, oh, I'm gonna go over here and look at some fucking ranch dressing. And then as soon as you do that, someone's on your ass, because they need to also look at the ranch dressing right where you are. And that just pisses me off. Then I'll just leave. I'll just leave the aisle. If I can feel someone like breathing down my neck, I just leave. I'll just come back. I'll come back to it. I can't stand that. Why are we not talking about the totally sick house Costco food court? Yeah, Costco's great. Their hot dogs are supreme. Their hot dogs are fantastic. I mean, what a deal. It's been said a million times, but it can't be said enough. What a deal. $1.50 for one of them hot dogs and big ass quarter-pound beef hot dogs and a soda. That's absolutely bonkers in today's world. The fact that they've kept that at $1.50 is just something else, and it's to be commended. What else here? And their pizza's good. Some of the other food items that like the Costco guys always talk about, I've not really ventured into that territory. I haven't done the double chunk chocolate chip cookies or the whatever else they got. It's just the pizza and the hot dogs. Those are perfect. Do I enjoy thrift stores? I used to. Back in the day, not so much anymore. You know why? Because the thrift stores aren't really thrifty anymore. They all got hip to eBay prices, and now it's like you go in. See, part of the fun of going to the thrift store used to be like going to garage sales. You would go to a garage sale hoping to find cool shit that people were getting rid of that would cost a lot of money if you went to, say, like a secondhand store. So a box of like old NES games that people were just selling for $1 a piece. They were probably selling for like $50 to $100 a piece. That's why you would go out to garage sales. And I feel like you used to go out to thrift stores for the same purpose. Besides finding, you know, kind of fun graphic t-shirts and shit. Thrifting, as it were. But hoping to find cool CDs or VHS tapes or video games. Now anything that's like worth anything, they put in a glass case and they're charging the same amount that people on eBay are. So you're like, what the fuck? Why bother? I'll just buy it on eBay and save myself the trip. And then, what else? Electronics. They stopped taking like CRT television sets at Goodwill, so you can't find those anymore. I don't think they take VCRs anymore, so you can't find those. It's like all the cool shit that used to be sitting at Goodwill or Salvation Army, they started turning their nose up at everything. They're like, no, we don't want those things anymore. Actually, we're only going to take flat screen monitors. I remember them saying that like years ago. And now I wish I had kept my monitor that I had at the time, but you know, I was upgrading some, you know, probably 15 to 20 years ago now, upgrading to a flat screen monitor. I was trying to donate my larger old school one, and it was like, we don't take those anymore. We're only taking flat screens now. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought this was a thrift store. I thought you were here to be thrifty. But I guess not. All right, Ghoulie. Good night. Have a good eve. Sona prefers to not be out amongst the humans. I don't mind being out amongst people. I just don't like when they piss me off. It's not like a fear of being in, public or being surrounded by people. It's like that feeling I described, like people breathing down your neck. Or like people being in my space when I'm trying to do something, and then it's like suddenly you've got to do the same exact thing. That's what I don't like. If we're just passing by each other, tip the cap. Howdy do, cheerio, Fantastic day, huh? That's nice. I don't mind that. I always, if I'm out, out for a jog, out for a run, I always wave at people. I like to wave at cars as they go by. Be friendly, build a nice sense of community. But here's what pisses me off about that. Is out for a jog. You're out running. Someone else in the neighborhood doing the same thing. And it's like, there's a little common thing happening here. Look at us. Look, we're out on this nice day. We're both getting some exercise. Hey, how you doing? And you kind of raise the hand and give them a little wave. And they'll look right at you and then just keep going without returning the pleasantry. That burns my ass too. That's an ass chapper for old super divorce. Because that's like, they might as well just put both middle fingers up and then grab their crotch and honk it at me. That's how it feels. It's like a fuck you, pal. Oh, you're trying to be nice? You're trying to instill a sense of community here in our neighborhood? You fucker? That's how it feels. And so then it's like, fuck that guy. I'm never waving to him again. Well, that's a bad guess, Sona, because I don't wear my glasses when I go out for a run. So that can't be it. I don't like it when I'm out doing physical exercise, outdoors, especially like a long run. I like to run. So if I go on a run, it's usually at least around an hour that I'll be out. And I don't like the glasses getting sweaty and foggy and having to deal with that. They start slipping around. You can feel them kind of like bouncing up and down as you run. It's not a good scene, man. I don't like it. At least they're not berating me about wearing a mask anymore. Yeah. I didn't have to deal with that too much in my neighborhood. Luckily. They did close down the park right by us, which I thought was the most absurd thing. Not to get into a COVID era mire bog, but that was ridiculous. There was like a tiny little playground, like a street over from where we lived at the time, and they just, put caution tape around it. So you couldn't even go to the park. That was nutty. What a weird time to look back on. But the town that we lived in at the time was pretty, I would say, what would you say? It wasn't affected by it too much. They didn't really stop doing stuff the way that a lot of places did. Like that whole summer, they still did, it's a tradition in Lebanon, Ohio. Lebanon, they do this thing called Third Friday. It's like a big, kind of like downtown block party, and vendors will come and they'll have bands play. And it's like a mini fair, street fair type deal. They do it every Friday, starting in the springtime through, through summer, the end of summer. And that didn't stop. They continued doing that, and, it was fine. Everyone was fine. So I feel like we were in a place where we were able to kind of like dodge the insanity that some people had to endure, and I'm glad. But anyhows, yeah, we moved towns. Sony, you still wear a mask? You still wear a mask to IKEA? But yeah, we moved towns. We moved back in 2021. Not too far from where we used to live, but about 20 minutes away. So a little bit of a jaunt, but we're still fairly close. I like it here. It's a nice place. But, Jess's shop was much more centrally located near our home before we moved. Got a little bit more of a drive now. She does, which kind of sucks, but, it is what it is. You put up with it. Lots of people have a commute. Some people got to commute 2 hours to work every day. At least she doesn't have to do that. Sona said, yeah, every day, everywhere. Well, you're about the opposite of me on that. I don't think I never wore one unless I was like absolutely forced to. Like if I needed to, they wouldn't serve you if you went to the bank or if you had to go to the doctor or something like that. But never out to like the grocery store or anything like that, really, because it always felt so ridiculous to me. I remember very early on being at, I think it was like Home Depot or something, and I looked over at like the people waiting in line next to me. It was kind of a crowded day, and like all these people were like constantly fidgeting with their masks, you know, and you look over and you see like the trash can, and it was literally like overflowing. There were like masks coming out of it. I think that was a common occurrence at the time. You'd just be anywhere, and there you'd see masks like coming out of the trash cans if they hadn't just emptied them, and they'd be on the ground and all that stuff. Is like this is like if this is really what they're saying, it's as bad as they're saying it is, and these are like biohazards all over the place, and everyone's like tugging at their mask all the time, and then you could have your mask on, but you could move it to like take a sip of coffee if you're walking around Target. You could go to Starbucks and you could buy yourself like a cheese Danish and a coffee, and you could eat the cheese Danish and you could drink your coffee as you're walking around, but you had to keep your mask up most of the time unless you were taking a drink or taking a bite. But then to take a bite or take a drink, you've got to like grab your mask that you're breathing all over. And then you're going shopping and you're grabbing all this shit, and maybe you pick up the tube of toothpaste and you're like, well, no, not today. And then you put it back after you just like slobbered all over your hands because you were, you were fucking wiping at the streusel that got in your mustache when you were taking bites. You've got like coffee dribbling down off your mask, and breathing all in it, and you're getting like, it's just it's everywhere. I started looking at it, I was like, I feel like this is more of a biohazard than just like people breathing normally, because they're always grabbing at them. They were constantly grabbing at them. I was like, I don't like that. That's gross. And I don't like seeing these things all over the ground all the time. Everyone would have the little blue mask hanging in their car. It was like, those are supposed to be good for like 15 minutes. Used by dental hygienists. They change them frequently. And they weren't meant to be, like they said the N95 ones, the N95 ones they said could help you out. But just like the blue papery ones, those wouldn't block the transmission of anything. They could become a biohazard themselves, though, from people wearing them too long and then not being hygienic about throwing them away. Like I said, using the same. There were people who would use the same blue mask, little paper mask, like for weeks or months. It's like, do you know how disgusting that is? It's okay, Obi-Wan. Just reminiscing. Just reminiscing about a strange time in life that we all lived through. Good brother wears a mask most places. Yeah, I just never got into it. Someone said working in healthcare throughout the demic. She chose to keep wearing it, but I also wore one before the demic and never had COVID. Well, whatever works. Whoever wants to wear a mask, that's fine. That was always my thing. It's like, if you want to wear one, then go for it. But I'd rather not. If you think it's effective, then you should be protected, right? That's how I always felt. To me, I took a chance on my immune system. Let's say that. That's how I rolled with it. Take a chance on me. I had like the ABBA song playing in the background of my mind. Immunocompromised. Huh. You need to pump that immune system up. Got to pump it up. Pump it up with Flintstones gummies or Flintstones vitamins. I didn't mean to say gummies. Vitamins, like the old-fashioned ones, the crunchy ones. You need yourself a nice steady dose of Flintstones vitamins to get your immune system functioning at optimal levels again. Well, see, that's understandable, Sona. A healthcare worker would want to protect him or herself from spittle and whatever bodily fluids people are hacking towards you. So that makes sense. That I can see. But, you know, if you're at the local park playing with your kids, I don't understand the mask. Or by yourself. That used to get me, kind of. If I'd see someone out completely isolated by themselves, like walking down the street with no one else around, or in their car. That's another one that I never quite understood. You're driving alone in your vehicle, in your own automobile, wearing a mask, fully masked up in your own car, alone. What's going on there? How does that work? But what's something good from COVID? Because that'd be better to talk about. Why don't we switch gears? Let's talk about something good that happened because of COVID. It's become a lot more commonplace to be able to DoorDash stuff, hasn't it? Things that you never could have gotten previously. That's definitely stuck around. That's become the norm. Not because people are being safe. It's just it played into our natural laziness in a way that stuck around. So maybe you could previously have DoorDashed yourself McDonald's at 11:30, or gotten DoorDashed of Taco Bell at 1 a.m. I don't know. Could you have done that pre-COVID? I don't really remember people doing that much with fast food before COVID hit. But it definitely exploded during the COVID era, and now I feel like it's not uncommon for people to DoorDash things a few times a week. Take out alcohol. Yeah. Obi-Wan saying very acceptable now to work from home for white-collar jobs. Can be a good or bad thing. Yeah, I can see upsides and downsides to that. Working from home. Obviously, if you're working from home, you're not going to have that supervision. You're not going to have people... you're not going to have people kind of coming by to check on you like an office space. If you're a worker, I'm sure that's great. But if you're a manager, it might be kind of frustrating at times to not be able to check in on people the way that you would if everyone was in an office together. You'd have to get a hold of people when previously you'd just walk a few cubicles down and see what's going on. Now it'd be like you have to text them, or you have to try and get them to hop on Zoom to speak with them. So I can see both sides of that one. Again, if I was working at a job and suddenly it was like, hey, you can do it from home now, you'd be like, oh, hell yeah. But if you were, say, in a managerial position, and then it was like, all your workers are going to be at home now. So here's everybody's phone number. You've got to text them so many times a day to check in. You got to hop on Zoom calls with this person, this person, this person. And it's like I said before, you would probably just walk over to them and say, "Hey, Bob, how's your shit going today?" And you can't really do that in the scenario where everyone's at home. I don't know. I haven't really looked into like the productivity numbers. I'm not sure. It's probably different for various businesses to see if productivity's gone up or down. Probably not just a flat number. Probably varies depending on the type of company, I guess, the level of experience, the people you're dealing with, level of professionalism involved, and so on and so forth. Sona said she was in the UK pre-COVID and ordered food all the time, ordered food all times of night, I think she meant, on Uber Eats. Yeah, I just can't remember doing that much before COVID happened. It might have been available for years, but I think it exploded. Everyone started doing it because you kind of had to. In some places, you weren't allowed to leave the house unless you were an essential worker. Go off on another rant there, but I'll save it. Essential. That was an interesting designation. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, we didn't have it like super strict. I remember it being like a ghost town at first when everyone was like just kind of self-isolating when the first big shutdown happened. Just going outside for like the first 2 weeks or whatever it was. It was like, yeah, no one was leaving. Because I think at that point there were like all those like propaganda videos from China going around where it's like, oh my God, look, if you catch this virus, then you're going to start convulsing in the street and like vomiting blood and people like collapsing constantly and just dying on the spot, and like no one knew what the fuck was happening. So I was like, well, I don't want to get that. I'll stay inside for that. I'd rather not go out if that's what's going on. Sona said she did whatever she wanted. She is essential. I am essential, she said. Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, I would say that emergency first responders, that's essential. You know? I think the what would you say? Well, there was some gray area with all that essential worker designation stuff, because it was like, well, you're essential if you work at a big box grocery store. You're essential if you work at Walmart. You're essential if you work at Kroger or Meijer. That could be essential. But if you're a small business who sells some of the stuff that they sell at the big box store, well, you're not essential and you have to stay closed. And that was where that big old wealth redistribution occurred. That was where the middle class got stamped down, but good. Sona had her badge and laminated card. Quarantine was the only time that she liked being outside because everyone else was in, right? Because no one else was out there to fuck with you. I'd imagine that was a much more peaceful time for you too. A lot less going on. If you're talking about, car crashes and things like that, it would have to be so many fewer people on the road, right? I'm assuming, unless the people on the road were just driving extra shittily to make up for everyone who was staying home. No traffic, but work was miserable. Well, yeah, people still OD. I'm just saying, as far as like, that's what I was mainly talking about. traffic accidents, things that might happen as a result of people butting heads in the everyday world in various ways. You just take a lot of those interactions away if everyone's at home. But yeah, there were a lot of ODs during the pandemic era. Lots of depression, lots of domestic violence. I remember hearing about that. Very noticeable surge in domestic violence, divorces, suicide, overdoses. That stuff went through the roof in some of the places that were hit most hardest by the restrictions anyway. So pick your poison, I guess. But yeah, I'm glad I lived in an area where the world didn't totally stop. I think yeah. I think we took the right amount of caution. I think once people saw what was going on, it was like, okay, all right, we can deal with this. We'll move forward. You know, we're not just going to go all make out with each other or anything. We'll be fine. We'll get through it. Use common sense. If you're hacking up a lung, probably like don't go out, even if you have a mask on. I feel like that was just like, that's just, I don't know. I didn't treat it much differently than anything else. Once I realized it wasn't Chinese propaganda, once I realized it wasn't that, and it wasn't going to turn people into zombies, it's like, okay, well, yeah. If I get sick, I'll treat it like I got any other sickness I've ever had where I don't go out. Because I'm not a dick. I'm not going to go out. If I'm like snotting all over the place, if I have the flu or if I have a really bad cold, I don't go to the grocery like hacking and coughing the whole time, smearing snot on the produce. I just feel like that's a dick thing to do, even if it's not COVID. If you have anything. Good Brother said he's glad it turned out to be an engineered super virus and not because of his beloved bat soup. Yeah. I feel like all the bat soup aficionados and bat soup lovers out there are, you know, they're feeling fully vindicated these days. They were telling everyone from the very beginning, look, I've been eating this stuff for years. It's not the bat soup. It's the fucking coronavirus lab like down the street. That's where it came from. No, that's a conspiracy theory. Oh, okay. Where do you purchase bat soup? You could probably make some yourself if you get a bat trap. What are bats attracted to? Some bats like fruit bats. Maybe if you just set a little cage up on your roof with some strawberries in it and rig it up just nice. Go up in the morning, you find yourself a few fresh bats, and then all you do is just, I don't know, you boil them up. A nice piping bowl of bat soup and a warm glass of cat milk. Everyone's fave. My favorite, cat milk. There's something particularly disgusting about the idea of drinking cat milk. I don't know why. That seems especially offensive. Like on a fundamental level. That like makes my stomach like turn in knots. I can feel like a slight gag reflex when I say cat milk. Something about that. Or the idea of eating cat meat. And I've got cats. And it's not even like a thing of like, oh, I love my kitties so much, I can't imagine eating them. It's something about the idea of just like the animal, of eating that animal's meat. It just like, it's repulsive. I don't know why. But cat milk, the idea of that hits on that same level. Have I ever tried to milk a cat? No, I haven't. A rare delicacy it may be. I don't think I'll be partaking. Am I really sipping bat broth? Could be. I mean, I've said that I've had chicken broth, but not exclusively. I told you I was drinking beef broth one time. I don't think I've told you what type of broth I have every single time. So it's quite possible that one of these times I was drinking bat broth. I could have been slurping on a big cup, a big piping hot cup of bat broth. Do I leave just a few morsels of wing in there to crunch on with select sips? I call them my lucky sips. Do I call them my lucky sips when I get one of the little crunchy pieces of bat wing? Is that what I call them? I don't know. Maybe I do. How would you know? Crunchy morsels of bat wing. My special sips. My favorite sips. Do I like packaged broth or like Bovril? The broth that I get is the Kirkland brand. Kirkland? I like the Kirkland brand. It comes in a, I think, 6 or 8 pack. I mean, I'll go get one right now. I don't mind to show it off. Where's your fart comic? I don't have it yet. I'm sorry. Mista, please. You're going to have to give me a little bit of time to come up with this. I just found out about it last night. And it's probably not one that's going to be in stock at the local shop. If I get a chance to go this weekend, I'll look for it. Otherwise, I'm going to have to order one off of the eBays. Review Alex Jones's bone broth. I have looked at that before. I've looked at the InfoWars bone broth. I think they were only selling it in like huge quantities when I looked at it. And I was like, well, I don't need that much. If I could get like one... Is it all liquid or does it have floaties? No, it's all liquid. The Kirkland brand, not my precious bat broth. That has floaties, as I was talking about. That has the bat wing morsels, the crunchy wing morsels, but you want me to ask for the fart comic by name at the shop and film the reactions. I'd have to do that discreetly. Because if people see you filming, they know you're trying to set them up for a jape. And I wouldn't want them to know it's for japes. I'd like to go in and convince them that I'm the guy who actually wants the fart comic. Probably because probably because I'm going to go home and make good use of that rub and smell technology. Shimmergate 2. Oh, yes. Hold on one second. I'm going to get my broth. Here it is. Look at how their regs show. Look at that. Organic chicken sipping bone broth made with slow-cooked bones from organic and cage-free chickens. 9 grams of protein per serving. Not a significant source of protein, but 9 grams nonetheless. Organic. Here's your nutritional information. I can probably go ahead and put a little more light back on this now. There we go, and I can actually hold this. There we go. So that's what you're looking at, nutrition-wise. How is it seasoned? Well, let's look at the ingredients. Right here. Here we go. Here's how it's seasoned. Get a look at that stuff there. Water, organic chicken bone broth, organic vegetable broth, organic carrot, celery root, onion juice concentrates with less than 2% organic flavor, natural roasted flavor, salt, organic lemon juice concentrate, organic apple cider vinegar, rosemary extract, organic turmeric extract for color. It's clarified chicken soup. No, it's bone broth. It says it right there. It's bone broth. You see. Oh, sorry. Sorry about your children. So sorry. Should have given you a trigger warning on that one. Oh, hey, but you said I'm the coolest guy you know? Thank you. Good brother said that he's the coolest guy I know. But that's the Kirkland. Oh, JJ's here. He wants me to eat all of Carrot's children. JJ the jet plane swooping in, dropping bombs on Craven. No seasoning. Well, it's just supposed to be mostly, broth. You can season it however you want to. It has without putting anything in it, lately I've actually just been drinking it just like this. Hi. Bootsy's here for my broth. What are you doing? What are you doing? What the hell? What's the problem here? What do you think you're doing? Warrior's not here. Craven's always about Warrior. I don't know where Warrior is. I don't know what he's up to tonight. He might have gone out. He might be out this evening, hanging out with his friends. Bone broth and cat milk latte. Mmm. Yum. Good brother's here for Bootsy's milk. Oh, God. I don't know if she's producing yet. She's still pretty young. I have to slow your roll on that. Try again later. I don't know, when do cats start producing milk? Like what age? Warrior probably is out starting bar fights. Fighting stray dogs. Doing cigarette reviews. Yeah, I could see that. I could totally see Warrior doing that. Maybe he's out. He might be out. I know they lactate when they're pregnant. I know that. I'm not a complete dumbass. I don't think cats just start lactating for no reason. I'm saying, at what age are they even capable of getting pregnant? I don't know what that point is. I think it's sometime around now, but I don't know if they're even old enough to have that happen, is what I'm saying. Hey, Recedes here and says, have a beautiful night, bro. You too, my friend. Thank you. Thanks for that, brother Mang. You have a beautiful evening as well. JJ says he knows drinking milk is supposed to be something only evil people do nowadays, but I love milk too. I'm a big fan of milk. Always have been. Please read the Candy Shop Smut book. I can't read too much because if I do, they'll take my channel from me. You see? It gets into copyright territory. This is a really popular book. Like they've got this series is like all over the Target book section. They're like near the checkout counter. This whole series from Lori Gilmore. She's all the rage right now. Small town spicy romance is what they call it. So, but it's like Hallmark if they had porn scenes. It's a Hallmark romantic film with actual pornography. Yep. Yeah, the 3-year-old, he's constantly drinking the evil milk. Craven's bricked up thinking about all the candy in the candy shop. All bricked up, huh? I'm trying to find a quick selection here.
Here you go, Casey.
Oh, jeez.
You want new material?
Oh, God, look what Jess just brought me. She brought all of them.
Isn't there one more? Or is that all of them? No, I think that's it.
Yeah, for now. I think there's another one coming out.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
there you go.
The whole collection. Well, I've already read from this one, so we'll put that to the side. Maybe we should do one of these. Someone's going to be browsing in several years. Whatever happened to that regular show game for the 3DS? And they'll find this, and they'll see me play like a half hour of it, and then somehow stumble into a live smut reading. Strawberry Patch Pancake House. Her naming convention is very bland. Well, they're just supposed to be places in this town. That's what makes it so cozy. Because they even put the little town map. They put the town map in the front. This is Dream Harbor. So the first book was the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. And you look in here, the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. You can find here in the Dream Harbor map, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe is right there. And the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore is just 2 doors down to the right there, right on the corner of Central and whatever that road is. They don't spell it out for you, unfortunately. Sona says from the artwork, she can visualize the old lady that wrote these works of smut. It's not an old lady. It's cozy porn written by probably a lady in maybe her early, mid-40s, I would guess. I think. She doesn't look super old. JJ's lost his respect for the author for trying to hide her smut with wholesomeness. Well, you know what? I think it's kind of a good marketing gimmick. Because so many women love the Hallmark films. And they also love smut. Ladies love smut. They love their smut. That's how Fabio got popular in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s. Fabio built a career off of just being featured on the front cover of smut novels, purchased mostly by women, and they always want to give men a hard time for reading their Playboy magazines, their Penthouse back in the day. Meanwhile, they're just casually going into Kroger and picking up stuff like this, or picking up, like I said, the latest Fabio. And you think it's like, oh, well, that's probably just like, I bet that's just like, it's like, what? It's like watching Young and the Restless. It's probably that level. They might kiss and he pulls her close and they share a passionate moment. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You walk in and you start flipping through any number of these romance novels and you'll see what's really going on. You'll see very quickly what's really going on. These were purchased mostly by me with a phallic glimmer in my eye. Sona said she looks exactly as she expected, but she's not an old lady, right? I didn't recall her being old. She looks kind of plain Jane. She's not like a porn star. She doesn't look like a party girl, but she's got the wild side to her. As evidence here in the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. Let me find... Let me see. I'm going to have to find a select passage here. It can't be too long. That's what she said. I think I'm near one here. She looks like she protests outside. Looks like she... I read that. You don't get to retract it, Sona. I saw it. I think I'm near one. That's also what she said. Yeah, you're right. Craven's going to self-publish a smut book about a carrot farm. There you go. I'll do a select reading here. Maybe she's been one of the ones firebombing Tesla. Maybe she's responsible. Wouldn't that be a swerve? Gosh. Okay, I'm seeing... All right, this looks like I'm onto it here. I see, great, let's get out of here. They gathered up their trash and headed back across the gravel lot to Noah's car. Hazel held tight to the two big sleeves of his hoodie and the very important fact that this thing between them was just some reckless fun. Okay. Bring it up at a town meeting. That's boring. Come on. Get to it here. This is like fast forwarding the VHS tape back in the olden days. Like, come on, where's the scene? I don't need all this. I don't need all this expose. Get to the good stuff. Damn it. I have no respect for build-up. Well, not when I'm trying to find a selection live and people are waiting for it. Fine. Okay. Since Carrot wants to talk shit then I'm just going to read right here at the beginning of chapter 21. And this is what you're getting from the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, since everyone wants to be impatient. All right? Here you go. Here's your build-up. The bookstore smelled like cinnamon, butter, and vanilla icing. It was Sunday, Cinnamon Bundy, and the place was bustling. The weather had turned gray and rainy, forcing an abrupt end to the short-lived summer heat. And now, suddenly, the town was more than happy to be inside sipping their coffee from genies and pulling apart cinnamon buns while they searched for their next read. Hazel tried not to worry about sticky fingers on her books. She'd warned Melinda that having a gooey, frosting-covered treat in here every week might have unintended consequences like ruined merchandise. But her boss was having none of it. Melinda wanted cinnamon buns, so Melinda got cinnamon buns. Hazel had worked out a deal with Annie for a weekly limited order of fresh cinnamon buns, and the town flocked to the bookstore to get their hands on one. She had to admit, it had been good for business. People left with a sugar high and a book. Plus, the store smelled amazing. And Annie had already sipped her a warm bun under the counter to Annie had already slipped her a warm bun under the counter to snack on between customers. You want me to keep going? You want to hear what happens next? Craven wants a pop culture emote. What? Why are you saying fuck you? Why did you tell YouTube not to allow... You can get a membership. What are you talking about? You just have to get one. Obi-Wan said it's doing it for him. Things are getting hot. Anyone else bricked up? Sona, the emoji right there. The bricked up emoji. Maybe that's what that is. So bricked up you can't hardly stand it anymore. The bricked up emoji. Yeah. All right. I'll continue. Hopefully Lori Gilmore doesn't strike my channel. It's all in good fun, Lori. You're going to get some customers out of this, I think. I think that's what did Sona say? She said she was going to look for it. Next time she's at Target, she's taking all her books and hiding them in the hardware section. Oh, well, you should pick one up, too. Well, buckle up, because here we go. Hey, Hazel. Logan had a to-go bag of cinnamony goodness in one hand, and the latest book in the romance series Jeannie was working her way through in the other. Hey, is Jeannie swamped this morning? Oh, yeah, but she needs her cinnamon bun fix. He held up the bag with a smile. He looked happy. Her friend. It was like he was the same old Logan, but with a new shine. It was nice. She was glad he found Jeannie, or she found him, as the case may be. So, Annie mentioned something about book clues? Hazel rolled her eyes. No secrets in this town. But she didn't really care if Logan knew. Of all people, she knew he wouldn't say anything to anyone. He glanced behind him, but there was no line at the register. Everyone was gathered around the table they'd set up in the back for the cinnamon buns. Alex and Lindsay were manning it this morning. Hazel glanced over to her fellow employees and found the last tray of buns was nearly empty. Yeah, it was strange, but I haven't seen one in over a week, so I guess it's over, whatever it was. She tried to keep the disappointment from her voice, but the way Logan's brows rose, she knew she wasn't pulling it off. And Noah? What about him? Logan cleared his throat, shifting on his feet. I just wanted to make sure. I mean, did he ruin me for the marriage mart? I think you're reading too many Regency romance novels, Logan. Logan scowled, and she couldn't help but laugh. She didn't know what was going on with Noah. She hadn't seen him since their sort of fight at his house, after maybe she'd called him out on his bullshit one too many times. If Noah had been the one leaving the clues, he'd stopped. And if he hadn't been the one leaving them, no one else was either. And she couldn't seem to fabricate another way to see him. So she hadn't. For a week. And she was perfectly happy to pretend that was fine with her. That's not what I meant. I just wanted to make sure you're okay. She smiled at him. Her sweet old friend who just wanted to look out for her. I'm fine, thank you. He nodded, relief evident in his posture. Okay, good. $9.95. What? For the book. Oh, right, sorry. He tapped his card and Hazel emailed his receipt. Happy reading, she said with a grin, only to be met by Logan's scowl. It's not for me. Oh, don't pretend you don't read them when Jeannie's not looking. There we go. Sona will never buy one of these books until we continue reading from them and you get hooked. Craven said that Lori, Mr. Mark, all the guys in chat are losing it, but the girls are repulsed. Well, maybe she could do a variant cover to sort of target the male audience. Craven needs a cigarette after that. You know? Let me just flip ahead and see if things heat up at all in this chapter. It seems like someone is leaving clues in the books in the bookstore. Maybe romantic clues, like a, mystery lover type of scenario. Justin thought that I was saving myself for the Harley Quinn rub and smell. I mean, no, there's plenty to go around. Don't worry. I'm not gonna blow it all here on Lori Gilmore. I got plenty saved up for Harley Quinn. Don't you worry about that. We are gonna rub and smell all the day long. No problem. Yeah, this is the build-up. Ooh, great idea. That would be awesome, actually. Cinnamon Bun Bookstore Rub and Smell Edition. Pumpkin Spice. Strawberry Pancakes. Christmas. I mean, these are all iconic scents here. Imagine if every page was coated in like a cinnamon powder. Or like when you open it up, it's like every page has like a pumpkin spice coating. I love the smell of Bath and Body Works. So fantastic there. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I see some things happening on a boat. There's a storm. That seems like a good situation for something to maybe happen. What's the craziest thing you ever saw, she said, on a boat? She survived a storm with the sexiest man she'd ever seen. Uh-oh. All right. I found one. I found one. Get your tissues ready. Get your tissues and your emotes ready to go. Is this one of the books where nothing actually happens? Well, you be the judge, Sona. Here we go. Hazel's warm body was wrapped around his, plush and beautiful. But all Noah could think about was the look on her face when he'd said they didn't have to have sex, that they weren't anything. It was a lie. Hazel was everything. Hazel was getting lost in your favorite book good, sun on your face good, the perfect cup of coffee good. If Noah thought helping her these past 2 months, spending time with her, tasting her, touching her, was going to get her out of his system, he was a bigger idiot than even he realized. His crush on the sexy bookseller had only blossomed into his favorite friendship and his sexual obsession all rolled into one. He didn't just have the hots for Hazel Kelly anymore. He was completely and inconveniently in love with her. And for a minute, he thought she felt it too. That maybe that little look of disappointment on her face meant she wanted more too. But then she'd said casual fun, and she might as well have tossed him overboard. "You okay?" she murmured, her lips coasting down his neck. "Yeah, more than okay." "Get your head in the game, Noah. This is what you're good at." He would not let his over-the-top feelings for this woman ruin this moment with her. He'd had more than one fantasy that starred Hazel right here in this bed, and he wasn't about to let that go. If this was the way he got to be with her, then he'd take it every time she offered. And maybe that made him an idiot. But it made him an idiot with a nearly naked Hazel in his arms, which was perfectly fine with him. She was still wearing his t-shirt, and he ran his hands over the soft material, feeling the warm weight of her breasts through the fabric. Her nipples strained against the front of the shirt, and he took in the side of her, in nothing but her panties and his white t-shirt, nearly see-through after years of wear. "Oh, perfect," he sighed, and she smiled up at him. Her cheeks flushed. He dipped his head and... I can't. I gotta stop. That's all you get, guys. You just got edged. We can't go any further because I don't want them to delete my channel. I can't tell you what happens next. That's all you're getting. If you want to find out what happens next on... what's his name? Noah. Right there. If you want to find out what happens next on Noah's Ark, you're going to have to pick up the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore from Lori Gilmore. Yeah, man. Change the bad words to wholesome words. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I can't do that. That wouldn't be as good. Maybe they don't. You never know until you buy the book. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to go out and buy this now so you can read it for yourself. And then we can have a live stream. After everyone reads the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, then we can live stream and we can talk about it. We can discuss everyone's favorite parts and, all that kind of stuff. but it could be totally innocent. A smut book club? Yeah. Hardcore cuddling. They could have a cuddle party. People do that. People have cuddling parties. Full-grown adults. I bet Craven does it. I bet Craven's in a cuddling club, aren't you? Get together every weekend and just cuddle. Sona's going to download it from LimeWire. Can you do that? Is LimeWire still active? Can you still use it? Trying to make some sort of construction here. Let's just... Wow. Okay, that's fine. You know what I want to see real quick? Let me check something out here. Let's go back to the home screen. You saw me at a cuddle party, but I was too scared to join in. Well, how could you have known it was me? The only cuddle parties I go to are the ones where I can wear my full costume. My wolf costume that I've got. Looks kind of like Roxanne Wolf from FNAF Security Breach, but like a male version with a big bushy tail. But I guess now, if you see me, you will know it's me next time. What's odd is that you need an ID for Playboy, but children can buy these books. Yeah, they could. I mean, if there's nothing on this that says you have to be an adult, there's no advisory, is there? I mean, it says spicy, festive romance. That's the only thing that would give you any indication that this is a sexy novel. You know, look at that. I mean, musicians, they have to deal with the interruption to your cover art. This is why Frank Zappa was so against putting the parental advisory on CDs and records back in the day. He was like, the front of this, when he was talking about his album, he's like, the front of the album, that's art. That's a piece of art that represents my album. I don't want you putting shit on here like a stamp. You know, that's not the government's job. You guys should be policing what your children are buying yourselves. If you don't want them to have certain albums and you don't want them to be able to buy things, you know, you do that. Don't penalize me because I use cuss words and come in here and say, all right, well, now we have to put this sticker on here to let everyone know. No, that's not cool, man. And somehow the novelists totally escaped. They're unscathed. All these years later, there's nothing on here that says 18 plus. They'll card you at Walmart, you know, just at the checkout. If you scan a rated R movie in the self-scan, you know, in the U-scan, and someone will have to come over and confirm your age. If you want to buy a copy of Die Hard. But, like Good Brother said, a 10-year-old kid could walk in there and grab the Christmas Tree Farm, and it's fine. That's nutty. I'm not saying we need more government oversight. I'm saying, like, if you're not going to have anything on this, then don't put anything on the front of the rock album. Why are you holding them to a different standard? What, because it's on the radio? Is that it? Is it like a target audience thing? Well, you know, more children are probably going to be trying to buy rated R films and blah, 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 blah. What do we have here? Had some different... What I used to love about the 3DS was getting the street passes. Did you guys ever have a 3DS? and they would show you how many steps you walked. And let me see if how do you even get to that? I don't remember. Is it right here? That's it. Street. Oh, I love that sound. Tails are normally plugs. Yeah, we all know that. Yeah. Craven said he went to a swinger party in 2005. I was there. I spent the whole time trying to get people to pull my finger and opening beer bottles with my butt cheeks. Yeah, well, you know, that's part of the mystique. That's part of my aura. I've been building it for years. You know, that's what I do. I find new and exciting ways to build my aura, and everything you just mentioned is filed under aura building. Everything I do, I ask myself, is this going to build my aura? Is this aura building, or is it going to tear my aura down? And if it's aura building, I will do it. And if it's going to tear it down, then I don't do it. That's how I decide what I'm going to do throughout the day. That's how I make all my decisions. Mm-hmm. That's right. Everything Craven said is true. Son is trying to tell on me for telling everyone that I'm wearing plugs. Well, like I said, it adds to the aura. So I feel like it's a good idea. Yeah, aura. Aura plus 5 thou. Just like Good Brother said. But you know, why wear one plug when you could wear 2 or 3? Is there any point at which you should stop, really? That's worth considering. Maybe you've got no plugs. Maybe you don't use a tail when you go out in public. And if you don't, maybe it's time to rethink that. Maybe it's time to revisit that decision and ask yourself if you could be doing more to build your aura. Because what, you want to be the guy who walks into Kohl's and no one notices? Or do you want to walk in with a foxtail 20 feet long dragging behind you and it's lodged in there so tightly that someone could step on it, and before it comes out, you're going to hit the floor? You'd be more likely to fall flat on your ass than to have that thing ripped out, because that's your aura, because you've built that aura for yourself. Good Brother role plays as Tails from Sonic. Yeah, you get the multiple tails going. No, it's not about, Craven, it's not about having many holes. It's about making the most of the one you got. That's what I'm saying. He's acting like he doesn't know what I'm talking about. He's acting like he doesn't understand me. He knows exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Home is where the holes are, says Justin. Yeah. It's everyone knows, okay? Now let's see the street pass. Yeah, we can close the software. Hi. Hello. Okay, I won't turn off the power. Let's see what happens here. Jess is going to swing me around by my tail. I have 674 characters here in the plaza. Craven's sure that new viewers will love hearing about plugs and aces and shitting in orifices. Well, you know what? Look, there I am. There's me. Let's see if I got. Hold on, where do the passes go? Where do you have to go to greet people? Slideshow, accomplishments, check for updates, games. I thought there was like a gate you were supposed to go to that would just like pop up automatically. Jess wants to confirm I'm full of shit. Look, I'm just rolling with it. I'm just trying to go with what people are saying, that's all. I'm trying not to ruffle any feathers, you know? I'm trying to give the people what they want. Nothing more, nothing less. That's a slideshow. Where? Huh. What do I do here? I didn't say anything about chocolate geysers. That was added by Craven. Craven's now adding in his personal fantasies to the mix. I didn't say anything about chocolate geysers. I have 19 fantastic ratings. My dream is to be a wizard. Street pass tag 779, plaza population 674. Okay. What the? Maybe it was under games. Maybe that's where the plaza is. Puzzle swap, find me, me force, flower town. I don't know. I guess it's gone now because they took the service down, so maybe you can't do that. Sona's not going to yell at Jess for domestic abuse here. They're on the same team. I'm on my own. If you chugged laxatives and had a plug-in, how far do you think you could launch it? I guess that would probably depend on how much you ate before you took the laxatives, right? If you'd been fasting, it probably wouldn't be very impressive. But if you could do a good bit of eating that would stop you up first, and then you did the laxatives, well, then you might be looking at something impressive. That might be the way to go. Good brother said a good 8 feet. That's canon. You mean CANNON. Ah! Craven's saying 3 feet. I'm going to go 15. I think 15 feet. 8 Wendy's Baconators with baked beans. That's like, that's probably like what they would make in the UK. That's like a special UK variant. The Wendy's Baconator with baked beans, because they always like to put baked beans on everything. Why do they do that? Why would you do baked beans on toast? Why would anyone do that? Why would you do that? You know? I want Tom Cruise from that one video to walk up when someone's sitting down at like a breakfast cafe in the UK, when they're about to eat their baked beans on toast, and just gently grab them on the arm and say, no, why would you do that? Why would you do that? You know what I'm talking about in the video where he gets squirted in the face with water. The guy's interviewing him and he has like a fake microphone. It's like a silly joke microphone. He holds the microphone up and Tom Cruise leans in to answer him, and then he squirts him in the face with like a little water pistol. And he laughs for like a split second. And he's like, why would you do that? Here I am giving you an interview and you do something nasty like that. You're a jerk. You're a jerk, pal. And then the guy goes to leave and he grabs him by the arm. He's like, no, 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 don't run away. Don't run away. Why would you do that? And he's very sincere about it. Maybe so. Maybe we'll do a Mythbusters. It might have to be on a different platform, though, because I don't think that that would be within the TOS of YouTube, probably. I have to go somewhere else for that. Maybe do a special limited time only fans just for the plug Mythbusters. Can I stream to Pornhub? Yeah, I'm sure I could. You probably just have to make an account, don't you? Start simul streaming to Pornhub. Do Bone Broth and Games live on Pornhub. No pornographic content. Just go ahead and stream there too. Cast a wide net. There might be some people there who are like, all right, I need a break from the usual content that I'm seeing on this site. What else they got here? Oh, there's a guy playing Super Mario Brothers 2 and drinking bone broth. That sounds nice. Maybe I'll stop over there for a little bit. Oh, drop it on Discord? Yeah. Speaking of which, there's not many yet. We don't have many members yet. We will. But the Discord link, if you do join as a member, you got to go to the Discord so you can make that pop off. You know, I think there are only like a total of maybe 4 posts. And I created it in 2020. I finally just found a use for it, though, with the memberships on this channel. So I'm doing that. You should have access to the Discord link after joining the channel as a member. And then also, if you join at the Super Divorce or Super Duper Divorce level, and you're going to be getting physical products sent to you like the zine or the badge buttons, the stickers, or the cassette tapes, any of that jazz, I need your mailing address. That should have been in the instructions when you joined under perks. There should have been like a little advisory saying, hey, if you're joining at this level, please email and let me know what your shipping address is so that I can get that stuff to you when I have it produced. Discord is how YouTubers go down hard. I mean, I guess if you're being scandalous, and doing things you shouldn't be doing, but like, you know, if it's just an extended version of what's happening here, then I see no harm in it. That's my stance. I think the problem with Discord and things like it and other assorted message boards is when people start getting into like feuds with other channels, and I don't really have anything like that to worry about as far as I can tell, because I don't really interact with anyone else. I don't do collabs. I'm not looking to gain favor with anyone in particular. I'm not like trying to piggyback off anyone else's channel. I feel like I've just kind of kept my head down and I'm doing my own thing. So anyone else is free to do what they want. I don't anticipate getting drawn into any YouTube drama. I hope not. But, you know, the night is young. Can I pull a Carl Jost and roleplay as my own penis on web forums? I'm not familiar with this situation. I don't know what that... That doesn't sound like a good thing to do. I'm going to say no. I'm not going to do that. Good Brother's saying it's always underage furries. Well, again, to the best of my knowledge, we don't have any of those here. And I think anyone engaging in underage furry activity would be swiftly wrenched out of existence in the Super Divorce Superverse. Turkey Tom is going to do a video on Super Divorce. I don't know Turkey Tom. Who's Turkey Tom? I'm not sure of this man. I don't know of him. But I've told you guys before, I don't know. I don't know many. I don't keep up with YouTube. I've got like the few channels that I've been following for years, and that's it. And I don't branch out. I'm not looking. It's like looking for new friends as a nearly 40-year-old man. I just don't do it. I don't care to do that. I've got my friends, and I like hanging out with you guys. But as far as like going out, meeting people, trying to find like new other guys around my age to like hang out with, to like watch Reds games with and shit. No, not interested. And in the same way, I'm not interested really in finding new YouTube channels to watch. I'm glad that there are people out there who do want to find new channels, because that's how I hope to find an audience. But I'm just being honest. I don't scour the homepage on YouTube to be like, oh, let's see if YouTube's got any new tubers for me to watch today. It's like I'm dug in. I'm entrenched in the channels, like the few that I really like, and that's fine. And I don't go looking. I don't want Turkey Tom to do a video on me. That's the most important thing to know. What is he like? Is he like, what does he do? Is he like lampoon people? Does he make fun of people, or is it like, look at this horrible, look how cringy this guy is? Is it like that, or does he do videos on people who are embroiled in controversies? People who've like fallen from grace. He does exposés. Craven said he does not do exposés. So we've got some dissension in the ranks here. Good Brothers saying exposés, Craven saying he does not do exposés. So what exactly does Turkey Tom do? Is Turkey Tom here with us right now? Is he watching? Is he going to do a video about this video and my reading from the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore? Am I going to be exposed for reading from this book without getting permission from Lori Gilmore? Turkey. I don't know what you mean. If Tom makes a video on you, it's because somebody else put in the work to blast you, or you're just a retard. Well, I don't think I don't have any enemies on YouTube that I know of. And I don't think I really have many in real life. No one that would go out of their way to probably make videos about me. So I'm probably safe from Turkey Tom for now. But who knows? I might piss someone off with a comment that I make, or an opinion. I don't know. If I read Lori Gilmore books on stream, that doesn't mean you wrote the book. Well, I know it doesn't mean that. I'm saying I did it without her permission, so that might be a scandal. If Turkey Tom wanted to make a video about this video, he could really throw me under the bus. He could say, this Super Divorce guy, this cringy guy, did a select reading from the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and guess what? He didn't have permission from the publisher to do that. if you read e-drama on stream, that doesn't mean so are you still challenging the idea that he does exposés? Are you saying are you trying do you think that that's like they're giving him too much credit by saying he does exposés? He just recounts drama that's going on. Is that it? He's not really a journalist so much as he's just like a muckraker. Is he a muckraker? Is he raking the muck? Oh. Yes, he's a muckraker. I remember learning about the muckrakers in school. No one calls them that anymore, but, you know, I quite like the term. I think, there we go. Lost it for a second. We're back. We're fine. We're fine. It's fine. Okay. Yeah, there we go. There, I should just, you know how people like the background ambiance videos? I think this would be a good scene right here. It's pretty unconventional. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen this setup on one of the like background ambiance 12-hour chill stream videos where it's just this. Would that be relaxing? Could you put this on for 12 hours while you sleep? You've got everything you need. You've got smut books that look nice like Hallmark films. You've got bone broth, a 3DS. You've got a few Masters of the Universe figurines back there. You've got some Legos, a Turtles box, the regular show. You got this Lego booklet, instructional pamphlet, a championship belt, some scattered Legos, the Galaga machine back there, the charger to the 3DS. It's almost like an I Spy book. All the different things you could pick out and look at while you're relaxing. Maybe on one screen, you could be watching the latest Turkey Tom expose, and then on the other, you could have this on to cool yourself down if you're getting too heated about whatever Turkey Tom was covering there. Where's the Magnavox Odyssey? I told you I don't have it. I used to. I don't have it anymore. I did at one point in my life, but I do not now. It's not the greatest system. It's not really that good. I mean, I respect it. I'm not talking too much shit. I'm just saying. It's not, like, from that era, it's not my favorite by any means. I talked about this before. I said the coolest thing about the Magnavox Odyssey was the little keyboard that it had. So you could type words in and then it would say certain words back to you. So you could make it say curse words. That was always fun to do. Did I buy Girl Scout cookies? No. Do you see something that would lead you to believe that I did? Did you see a clue suggesting that I had just recently purchased Girl Scout cookies? Did I have a receipt sitting around here somewhere that... No, I don't have any. I haven't purchased any. I read
In the news,
recently that Girl Scout cookies were having some sort of recall right now. Or maybe this was like... Maybe it was a week or two ago. Somewhat recently, there was a scare on Girl Scout cookies. Make a Magnavox magazine and call it Magnazine. I'd be surprised if someone didn't do that already, to be quite honest with you. There are all sorts of niche fan bases out there who celebrate things in all manner of different ways. There probably is a Magnazine out there, Craven. And if there isn't, why don't you start it? Why don't you resurrect the Magnavox Odyssey community and get it going? Oh, you're eating all the Thin Mints. Well, be careful. Be careful. I don't know if that was the particular kind affected. I do like Girl Scout cookies. I really like the Samoas. And Thin Mints are good. Jess doesn't like them very much. So that's usually, we hardly ever buy many Thin Mint boxes. But when we get them, it's usually the Samoas. And I like the peanut butter ones. They're kind of like Nutter Butters, you know. They're kind of like Nutter Butters, but they're round. They're not shaped like peanuts. Not shaped like circus peanuts. They don't call them Samoas anymore. They don't. They've got a new name. Why wouldn't you call them Samoas? Was someone offended by a coconut cookie that's offensive? Someone got mad about a coconut cookie. They're not called Girl Scouts either, I thought. I can't keep up with all the bullshit. I don't know. Are they little girls, like in the uniforms, standing outside Kroger with boxes of cookies? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and continue calling them Girl Scouts who are selling Girl Scout cookies. And if I buy the fucking coconut and chocolate and caramel cookies, I'm going to call those Samoas. That's what I'm going to go with. I think I'll keep doing that, actually. Those kids are trans, actually, Nick. You have to be trans to be in the Girl Scouts now? Or whatever, the Scouts? The regular Scouts, whatever you want to call them? Huh. So where do the not trans kids go? Is there anything for them? Maybe they'll have to form something new. Maybe they can form something new, and all of the cookies will be named after, like different ethnicities. So, for instance, you could do like, for my people, we could do a potato. You could do like a potato and like a potato Guinness cookie. And we'll call them Mickeys. I think that'd be good. And Samoas. Still says Girl Scouts on the box. Okay. Well, all right, so we can still do that. That's fine. Yeah, I still like calling them Samoas because that's what they are. You can't replace that in my brain. It's been too long. You can't take something like that that's been the thing my entire life and then it's like I just look at it. When I look at it, that's what's going to be triggered in my brain. You can't overwrite that after like 40 years. Might as well say 40. 39. I feel like a fraud even saying I'm 39. It feels like when you're 39, at least this is how I feel, I'm already so close to 40, I just don't even like saying I'm in my 30s anymore. I've just already made the mental jump to 40s. I've kind of gone there. So, and I'm not like super sad about it or anything. I'm just saying. How old are you? I want to just say 40. I'm 39, but I've only got like a few months left. The Samoans didn't complain. It was Lori. It probably was, to be honest, from what you were saying. She set some Teslas on fire, and then she ran over to the local Girl Scout, what do they call them? post. I think they call them posts. Run over the Girl Scout post and tell them how horrified, mortified even. She was mortified when she saw that they had these cookies named after Samoans. It's very, very bad. You don't want to do that. You don't want to name cookies after people. It's very degrading. Very, very degrading. Like, what's another cookie? What's another cookie that should not be named what it is? Maybe that's why Samoas were so bad. Because no other cookies are like that. It's like maybe that was it. Yeah. It was important to get Aunt Jemima off of there and coin the term Latin. Yeah. Probably got the Land O'Lakes Native American woman off. Get her off that box there. You know, that was important to do. That was a big win for justice. That really, I think, made that had to be a great day for all Native Americans everywhere, for all the American Indians, if you will, on all the reservations. Just imagine the pride that day when it was announced that no longer would there be an Indian woman on the Land O'Lakes box. I mean, talk about dubs in history. Talk about big, significant dubs throughout history, throughout human history. I mean, that right there, it might be the biggest, in fact. Very important. Craven says, call me Latinx and I will beat you like a rented mule. Are you Latinx, Craven? Do you identify as Latinx or Latinx? I think it would have caught on more if they actually said Latinx. Are you Latinx? I'm Latinx. I'm a Latinx. Yeah. Yeah. Could have been great. Everyone could have had a good time. Oh boy. Well, guys, sounds like some Thumbelina shit. Jeez. Well, you know, Lori's over there writing smut books and Sona's blaming her for all performative empathy. That's okay. Someone's got to take the blame. Someone's got to take the fall. I think Lori Gilmore can handle it. She's like Batman at the end of Dark Knight Returns. She can handle it. Or The Dark Knight. Sorry. I'm getting movie and comic titles mixed up in my delirium. But speaking of comics, I'll try to get out to the comic shop this weekend. I'll look around for the Fartacular. God, I can never remember the next part. Was it Harley Quinn's Fartacular? It's But something. Silent But Deadly. That's it. Silent But Deadly #1. I remembered it. That was it. I'll go in search of that, and I'll try to find it. And if I don't find it in the wild, then I'll just order it. So I can hope to get that up. Because I'm going to have to set some videos to auto-publish next week. And there will probably be... I'll probably stream a little bit I can't really tell you exactly when, because we're going to be in Vegas. I should be able to do Sega Mania on Monday night, but that will probably be the only scheduled one next week, because we're leaving on Tuesday. Craven's going to rob my house, and yeah, get some BTS at the comic shop. I'll try. Good Brother says, no, you won't rob my house. Oh my God, how could you dox me like that? But we'll probably go live at some point from Vegas with some just random fun. So I always say, don't make yourself beholden to the YouTube notification system. But if it works at all, hopefully it'll work a little bit next week. So if we do decide to go live, then you guys will be alerted, at some point. Or maybe just check in, just check in. If you get the feeling, if the feeling strikes you, you're like, I wonder if Super Divorce is live. Maybe we'll be live. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Maybe you'll check in at just the right time, or maybe you'll check in and the live stream will have happened, and then you can relive it in all its glory. Yeah, no one gets alerts. Well, again, that's why I decided to just make 10 p.m. the time, so we can defeat the whole notification system. You want me to ask specifically, in all caps, ask specifically if they have any rub and smell comics. Okay. I'll see if I can do that and not get banned. But they might ban me. They might have me trespassed out for asking that. That seems illegal to ask. But maybe I'll try. Before I go, before I head out for the eve, hold on, let me just put this here. We're gonna end with well, somewhere. There we go. There we go. We're going to end with a little bit of shilling. Just some friendly shilling for you. If any of these things look interesting, you can go to superdivorceme.com and you can pick up this first Super Divorce album, Wish Ya the Best, with 10 songs on it. You could go and, hey, what's up, Obi-Wan? Thank you very much. Welcome, Obi-Wan, as a member of the channel. Want to be a member? Want to be a member? I need to rig it so that that'll play when people join. Thank you, Obi-Wan, for becoming a member. Now you can use the emotes. You get your very own badge. Cool things. Cool things. And you can also access the Discord. So please do that. There should be a link to it that you can follow. These are not the rub and smell editions. Maybe the next album. I'm thinking about that now. I'm trying to think, like for the CD booklet, when you open it up, on each page, maybe I can do a different scent for each song. I'll think to myself, now what does this song smell like to me? If this song had a scent, what would it be? And then I'll make the page smell like that. After you rub it, of course. You have to rub it to get the smell. You got to rub it out there. So yeah, both of these albums, 10 songs apiece. I've decided here, when I release albums, I don't want to do any of this EP crap for the most part. I could maybe do like a themed EP. I think it's acceptable when bands do like a Halloween EP or like a Christmas one. But if it's just like, I haven't released any music for 10 years. Here's a 3-song EP, and now I'm going to disappear for another 10. That always pisses me off. You know, it's like just wait until you have a few more songs for a full album. So you can get any of these at superdivorceme.com. You get full liner notes with all of them, with lyrics and everything. And like I said, 10 songs a piece. And we're going to begin working on a new one soon. If you subscribe to the channel at the highest tier, what's called the super duper divorce tier, no pressure, but if you're into the music and you want early access to some demos that I'm going to be working on, it's kind of I'm kind of forcing myself to do this, you know, because I've been kicking the can down the road, and it's like, yeah, I'm going to work on some stuff. I'll get to it. But with the monthly cassette tape, it's going to have 2 songs on it. One side will be a cover song. The other side will be a brand new demo that may end up on the next full-length album. And no one will have access to those songs except the people who receive the cassette tapes in the mail. I will not be uploading the songs I put on the cassettes to the internet. Those will be just for the people who get the cassette tapes. If they want to graciously upload them somewhere and share them with other people, they can. But I'm not doing that. I feel like that makes it more exclusive. You know, it gives the people who sub at that level a little more bang for their buck than to just be like, well, you can get a tape version of this song that I'm just going to put on YouTube anyway. Obviously, if the demo ends up making it on the full album, then I'll be re-recording it and it'll be released at that time. But you'll have the demo version. No one else is going to hear that unless you decide to let them hear it. That's how that works. Craven doesn't want fucking cassettes. What is this, 1875? I love cassette tapes. And guess what? Here's the great thing, Craven. You don't have to get a cassette tape. I'm not going to make you do that. It's just there if you want it. And some people like them. I happen to think they're cool. I happen to think this is a great medium. Is it the most convenient? No, it's not, because you have to you put it in, you have to rewind it. If there's like a particular song, you rewind, play. Oh, too far. And then you have to go back and forth, rewind, fast forward, play. So I get that. But the package, holding a brand new cassette tape in your hand, I think it's a great feeling. It's got this it's got that nice rattle to it. And then if it's got a nice color, I think it even adds to the experience. But even an old-fashioned, just regular-ass cassette tape is nice too. I just think it's cool. That's what that looks like. The Action Figures album, you get the heart logo right there. So, superdivorceme.com if you want any of that shit. And, yeah, what else? I mentioned the Super Duper Divorce level of subscription. There's one below that called the Super Divorce level. That one will get you the monthly zine. Like a magazine, you know? Like an old-fashioned, punk rock zine put together by me with, some video game reviews, some japes and jokes, some good times, some comic strips, other things. We'll kind of refine that over time, see what people like, what people request, letters to the editor, all that kind of stuff. What's a fogey? Yeah, you never heard that? You don't know what an old fogey is? It's like an old geezer. It's like an old geezer. An old guy. Sona said, proud, you have a nice amount of members now. Thanks. I'm thankful for all the members at any different level they decide to join at. Much appreciated, all of you, wherever you happen to be, whoever you are, and at whichever level. You're all members now. And you can all join in the fun over on the Discord. And hopefully you'll come back tomorrow because we're going to do the first ever Super Divorce Chill Out Zone, the Friday night Chill Out Zone. We're going to be watching a movie. I still haven't decided what it's going to be, but we're going to watch a film and we're going to shoot the shit. And what do you say? We'll react in real time. Yeah. It's like we're just hanging out, watching a flick, watching a movie on the stream. Yeah. Sona said, Jess Craven called us old. And then a cry face. Here's something else cool, by the way, guys. If I can turn this into an MLM sort of pyramid scheme here. If we get more members to the channel, if you get more people to join, if you tell your friends and your family and the people you care about to come over and join the channel, the more members I get, then the more custom emojis I can add. So right now I have them maxed out. But it was like, you know, gain so many new members to the channel and you get new slots for additional emotes. So not only do we get new emotes, I can take requests. If there's anything that you guys want, if there are any emotes that you think should be added in the future, you can tell me. And then when we get enough members, then we can add those. And then everyone has access to them. See how that works? Divorce coin going to the fucking moon. That's what I'm saying. Bricked up. Bricked and ready. Bricked and ready to travel to the moon. But yeah, you just tell people. You're like, look, because look, everyone likes to give scripts, right? Sales scripts. Here's all you have to say. This is all you have to tell people. You really need to check out Super Divorce. They're like, Super Divorce, what? Yeah, Super Divorce. He's this guy, and he plays video games. And that's all you got to say. And then people are like, what? Yeah. He plays video games. And if you want to go further, this is up to you. You can say, and he does music. And people are like, wow, I have never heard of such a thing. Where do I join? Where do I sign up? And then you can just send them the link. And that is how we turn, prospects into paying customers. That's how we create conversions, guys. That's how we pump up the numbers around here. He's this guy. And he plays video games. And people will be so floored by that. They've never heard of it. They've never heard anything like it before. And just see what happens. Just test it out. I will be surprised if your conversion rate is not 100% or more. How could it possibly be more? It'll be more if the person is so enthusiastic that they end up buying extra memberships for the people that they know. Sona says she doesn't know about that because then she has to talk to people. Yeah, that's true. Well, if you don't like talking to people, then maybe you can just hang a few flyers up around town. Maybe I should print some off that I can send to channel members to hang up in their city. You can put Super Divorce flyers up at your local market, at your farmer's market, or staple them to the telephone pole. And it can be the same exact script. You're like, hey, you, in all caps, do you know Super Divorce? And then you could put the bricked up emote face under that. And then he's this guy who plays video games and sometimes music. Join now. And then then you just put the URL where you can sign up for membership underneath that. And I think we'll see some real growth here. I think it's going to be pretty impressive. You know, like I said, you put those up on telephone poles, and if your market has a bulletin board when you walk in, you know, where people post for like dance recitals and upcoming stage shows and things like that. Well, that'd be a perfect place. And they have like you could do the pull tabs. How they have that. Sometimes people do that for like guitar lessons. Or are you looking for a house cleaner or a babysitter? And then they've got like the paper shredded into strips, and then you just take a strip for yourself, and it can have the URL to sign up for a membership. I'm telling you, 150% to 200% conversion rate at least using that method, I think. So if you're looking for something to do, there you go. That'd be a great activity to get involved in. The Super Divorce Street Team. No one does street teams anymore. In all reality, actually, that might be fun. That used to be a big thing back in the day. Of course, I was being a little silly there, but street teams, they used to have those. When I said that, it was that opened up a part of my brain that hasn't been accessed for like 20 years. But I remember bands having street teams back in the olden days where you would sign up and then they would send you stickers, you know, or sometimes flyers to promote shows and stuff like that. But that might be fun. If I had a special street team sticker and I could just send them out, and then people would just carry them around and slap them on stuff, you know. You could take a picture and then upload it to the internet, put it on IG or X, and then tag me in it and say, hey, look, here, you got a sticker on Vine Street outside the Wahlburgers, you know. Good Brother said I'll hang up flyers if I get to co-host a chill stream. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Yeah. Okay. I'll think about that. Super Divorce Street Team. The Super Divorce Streetwalkers. Okay. Well, let's see what happens tomorrow night. Let's see what kind of film we watch. Hopefully you guys will come back around 10 p.m. And I think old Bender's going to be here with me. So that should be a good time. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your night. Have a great day tomorrow. Hope your Friday goes well for you. For anyone who's looking forward to the weekend, start a poll about what? What kind of poll do you want me to start? You're requesting a poll, but you didn't tell me what kind. For the movie? If you're talking about for the movie, co-host poll. Ah, I see. Well, I can't for tomorrow because I've already got that sorted out. I'm not going to do that right now. I've already booked tomorrow, we could say. But and I don't feel like a poll would even work for that. There's a future always. Well, yeah, we can explore that. We'll explore that. We'll workshop it. Let's spitball. Can you hop on Zoom in about 30 minutes? We'll spitball. Let's get some spitball going. Back and forth. A little back and forth spittle spattle. Fiddle faddle. Maybe I'll get some fiddle faddle for tomorrow. Maybe we'll eat Cracker Jacks and Fiddle Faddle and Poppycock. That'd be a nice little spread to have for the chill stream. We'll get Cracker Jacks, Fiddle Faddle, Poppycock. Is that a thing? Is there a like a mixed treat called Poppycock? Am I remembering that correctly, or am I making that up? I feel like Fiddle Faddle is definitely a thing. I know Cracker Jacks are. Is there one called Poppycock? I'm going to go to sleep soon. But I got to figure this out. Are there any other members of that family that you would throw in there? If you were making a spread of like little snack treats like that, if you were making a spread of Cracker Jacks, Fiddle Faddle, and Poppycock, are there any other things that have like a similar tone? Any other like treat mixes that sound kind of similar to that? Chex Mix, yeah, like in its constitution, it's similar. But I mean like name-wise, because I feel like those three go together. They'd be characters on a team. They'd be characters on like a snack superhero team. Cracker Jack, Poppycock, Fiddle Faddle. Poppycock and Fiddle Faddle are the same thing, Sona says. They are? Is it just like different brands? Is one like the off-brand, or is it like Chex and Rallies? Or Checkers, not Chex. I just saw the Chex. Checkers and Rallies. How they're literally the same thing, but just under different names. They've got like the same owner at the top. It's just they're, for some reason, named differently in different regions. Oh, Crunch and Munch. Yeah. I knew there was another one. Obi-Wan said Polywaffle. I've never heard of that. Is that a real thing? Is that Australian? Poppycock, Hardee's, and Carl's Jr. Yeah. Or used to have Frisch's and Bob's Big Boy, but now I think all the Frisch's have gone under. Poppycock, Fiddle Faddle, Crunch and Munch, Cracker Jacks, Polywaffle. Polywaffle is a 50-gram Australian chocolate bar. It is a waffle wafer tube. A waffle wafer tube. So like, I'm thinking like, what are those called? There's like a stick. I think I know what I think I'm imagining this right. It's like a waffle wafer tube filled with marshmallow and coated in compound chocolate. What's compound chocolate? Is that like a mix of dark and milk chocolate? Is that what we're dealing with there? That would be my guess. Compound chocolate. Gotta be dark and milk. If not, I'm going to be upset. Because that would be misleading. Compound chocolate. It's like compound fractions. Polywaffle. I bet they've got it at Jungle Gyms. What? Vegetable fat? The milk chocolate's made with cat milk. Compound chocolate is a mixture of cocoa, vegetable fat, and sweeteners. That sounds very unhealthy. That doesn't sound very good. Yeah, the name is right. The name fits, but I don't think that Polywaffle would go well with these other things. It also scares me that they've got vegetable fat as one of the ingredients and sweeteners. Vegetable fat. Like, what even is that? Like avocado? There are healthy vegetable fats in avocado. But if they're talking about, like simulated whatever, simulated horse shit from fucking seed oils and whatnot, shortening, yeah, that's not good, right? That's no good. Like Crisco, that stuff's not good for you. I mean, sweets in general aren't really good for you, but that stuff's like super not good for you. You don't need all that. There's other stuff you can use that would be better. You'd be better off just using regular fat, I feel like. All mainstream U.S. chocolate is made that way. Well, I don't eat much mainstream U.S. chocolate. How about like underground U.S. chocolate? Like the punk rock chocolate. The stuff that's not on the radio, the DIY chocolate. If you're just making chocolate at home, you wouldn't be using Crisco if you wanted to make it like the old-fashioned way. If you wanted to make it the way the settlers did, if you wanted to make a settler's accurate chocolate bar, Pirate Radio chocolate. That'd be a cool chocolate bar name. Pirate Radio chocolate. Totally DIY, off the grid, made the way the settlers did. Have like a cool punk rock packaging to it. Tastes good as fuck. That's another one. Let's park that in the same lot, and let's get back to that on our Zoom call, if you don't mind. We need to workshop that a little bit. I think we need to drill down into that, workshop it a little bit, and see if we can unpack it. Okay. All right. Obi-Wan, real quick. I want to ask Obi-Wan, do you guys in Australia have fiddle faddle? Do you have poppycock? Do you have crunch and munch, or do you have cracker jacks? Do you have any of those? Are any of them familiar to you? Do they sell cracker jacks at cricket games? Was Don Bradman a big fan of snacks like that? Might be worth looking up. I still have the Don Bradman game. I need to stream that sometime. I should go back to that for a bone broth and games in the future. Obi-Wan once sent me a cricket game all the way from Australia, like a physical copy of Don Bradman's Cricket on PS4, and I was not good at it because I don't know cricket. I don't know how to play it. But I'd be up for revisiting it sometime. I should do that. Never heard of any of them. He said Cracker Jack was a 2002 Australian comedy movie about lawn bowls. I don't even know what that means. What's a lawn bowl? Like a decoration? When you say lawn bowl, I'm thinking of like a little bird feeder. Like not a feeder, but like a little bird fountain, You sometimes see them in people's garden. It'll just be like, like a pillar, like a small pillar that comes up to about like a person's waist, and then just a big bowl, and you fill it with water for the birdies, and they can come and get a drink. A bird bath. That's what I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, a bird bath. Exactly. Good Brother said balls. What, it was actually about lawn balls? Like, what would a lawn ball be? You mean like those little orbs that people put in their gardens? Is that what you're talking about? Or like a ball you would actually play a game with, like croquet balls, bowling. Lawn bowls is like curling on lawn. You don't sweep the ground like curling, though. I just had a cool idea. What if you had lawn bowls, and it's much like curling, but instead of sweeping the ground, there's a guy with a lawnmower, and he has to. So you play in like tall grass, but the guy, you have one player on each team who has to mow the lawn to try and make the ball either. Well, I guess if you wanted to speed up, then you'd be mowing in front of its path. But if you want to slow down, then you stop mowing real fast, to make it go into the taller grass to slow it down, slow its momentum. How about that? Do you guys like that idea? A Super Divorce original. Curling on grass, only you replace the sweeper with a lawnmower. And if you want to get really intense, you could have someone on a riding mower. That would be like maybe for the championship, reserved for like the championship game. You could play it in, I don't know, could be played in a stadium. I don't know. Let's park that too. We'll have to workshop that one. We'll come back to that too. We'll circle back to it, unpack it a little bit, pack it back up, unpack it again, see what happens. Concept for my future game. Maybe so. That might work. All right. Well, that seems like a good place to call it for the evening. So, everybody, if you haven't done so, please sub to the channel. Join the channel if you would like. If you want to be a super diehard supporter and contribute at all monetarily, you can do so at one of 3 levels. Different goodies for each one. You can check that out on the membership tab, I think, on the home page here, Super Divorce on YouTube. And we'll be back tomorrow night at 10 p.m. with a chill out zone stream. Good night, Uncle Divorce, says Sona. Thank you. Salute. Cheers to you. Rats off to you. Oh, yeah. Okay, Obi-Wan, I will go back. Before I stream it again, I'll make sure to play a few games and maybe watch a little bit of cricket too. Maybe I'll watch a few games to try to familiarize myself with it, so I come in and I'm not a complete asshole playing it. So I have a little bit of an idea what's going on. And maybe I can actually do a good job this time. Because I think last time I was just hitting the ball in the wrong direction and throwing it to people that I shouldn't be throwing it to. And it didn't work out very well. But I'll try to have a better time when I come back to it. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I hope to hang out tomorrow night as well. So until next time, everybody, take real good care. Keep kicking ass. Love you lots. Lord willing, I'll be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Bye-bye.